What if I told you that you could make about $35,000 per month from the comfort of your home, selling phone cases that require little to no skills to create, easy to execute with the help of AI technology, and has the potential to change your life forever? Well, in this video, I'll be introducing you to one of the easiest business models to start today, which is print on demand. I will go over the entire process of the business model from on explaining what the business concept is to show you an example of shops like these and then creating the products. And towards the end of the video, I will show you how to set up your shop for success. So what is print on demand? Print on demand is an e-commerce business model that involves working with a print provider like Printify, who provides you with white label products like mugs, t-shirts, phone cases, where you will place your designs and then list these products on Etsy, on your Etsy shop. And anytime you make a sale, Printify will print, package, and ship these products to your customers without you touching any of these products or keeping a stockpile of inventory. You may be wondering how Printify knows when you make a sale. So Printify integrates seamlessly with Etsy shops, making the whole process very easy. For you to understand better and see the potential here, let me show you some stores on Etsy that are killing it selling phone cases, and there are specific type of phone cases that are really doing well, and I will show you. So coming into Etsy, this is the first shop I found, the Urban Flair. What they sell basically are Midjourney phone cases with a bit of other things like AirPods cases and so forth, but they're majorly selling phone cases and they are doing well. They have made over 78,000 sales. I'll show you how much they have made in a lifetime and every month, and it's going to blow your mind. And another store again that I found is Bloom Designs. So they also sell specifically phone cases with other things. But something that I noticed is that some of the selling designs on these phone cases, not just on phone cases, I've seen them on mugs, I've seen them on t-shirts, are pressed flowers. As you can see, majority of the designs on this store are majorly flowers. But before we dive deep into these stores, let me show you how much these stores are making. So for the Urban Flair since they joined Etsy has made over 1.99 million in revenue. This is crazy. And every month they make about what they make every month, about $30,000 a month selling just phone cases. So looking at the top sellers that they have here, so you could see that they have a psychedelic phone case and they have like a vintage butterfly, then they have things like abstract, then they have wildflowers. So this is what I'm talking about. But let's just click into one of the wildflowers just for you to see. So clicking into this specifically, this makes about 1,716 monthly and so far has made $26,000 in revenue. And you could see there are other types of phone cases here which you could pay attention to. But to show you more, this store, Bloom Designs, since inception, they have been on Etsy for the past 3 years, has made $1.14 million. And every month they make about $34,000 every month. Guys, this is mind-blowing. And then let's look at some of their top selling listings. You could see this is a pressed flower. This is what I'm talking about. So we'll click on that. And once it loads, you could see that this listing alone has made a monthly revenue of about $6,840 and a total revenue of about $157,000. This is crazy. So let's look at another of their listings, and this too is doing so well. And this can be recreated easily with AI without even moving a muscle. It's something that is very easy to create. As you could see, majority of all of their cases that are ranking probably very well are all pressed flowers, and I'll be showing you how to create these. You might ask, why should I care about phone cases? So basically, majority of people use their phones with phone cases. I know I do. And apart from that, and anytime there's a release of a new phone, people are going to buy the new phones and buy the cases. So this is how you're going to place yourself strategically. To explain further what I mean, let's hop on to Google Trends and I will show you something very interesting. So coming into Google Trends, so here at Google Trends, we'll just type in phone case. So you could see in the past 12 months, it has remained relatively steady. But as you could see that in the past couple of weeks, it has been rising, and there's a reason why this is happening, and I'll explain further. But when I type in iPhone, let's see what happens. Okay, so for us to understand what is happening in the trend when it comes to iPhone, and I'm going to go all the way back to probably the past 5 years for you to understand the trend, and you could strategically position yourself. So looking at this, you could notice that there's a shoot around specifically August, September towards the end. This happened in 2019. This happened again here around 2020, and this happened again 2021, 2022, and this is going to happen again in 2023. And this is happening when specifically iPhones are being released. iPhone is set to be released September this year, so this is the right time to make designs and keep. So once you have access to the phone cases, you can put your designs on them, and you'll be able to take advantage of these peaks that keep happening every single year. Now that we've been able to establish some of the stores that are selling these on Etsy, how much they are making, and the trends to help you understand how you can strategically position yourself, now I'll move over to Midjourney, and I'll show you how we could create these designs in a matter of minutes. To create our designs, I'll be using my favorite design tool, Midjourney. For those who have been on this channel, we have used Midjourney countless times. But for those coming across my video for the first time, I'll just quickly explain how to sign in and what it entails. So once you come to midjourney.com, you need to already have like a Discord account, and you just click on sign in. But just to explain what Midjourney is, so Midjourney is a generative AI tool that generates different images based off of the prompt that you provide it with, and it gives you very interesting images depending on what you want to create. So once you click on the sign in, it's going to sign you into the Midjourney Discord server. So once it signs you into the Midjourney Discord server, while you are here, I created a Discord account for the channel, so you could go ahead and use the link in the description and join, and let's form a community where we could help each other out. The link will be in the description. So once you come into the Midjourney Discord server, so the next thing will be to access the Midjourney board. So what you could do is you could come here, just click on any of these, click on discussions, click on hide member list, or at the time it will click on open member list. You will see the Midjourney board. So you could click on that, try to type in something, and it's going to open a private chat for you, which would enable you to type in your own prompts in a private setting. So I already have a chat that I created, but so just to give you an example. Or you could go ahead to create a private server for yourself where you can have multiple channels like I have here, and then you could label your different creations as you are working with Midjourney. All right, so with that out of the way, the next thing would be for us to put in our prompt. So coming to the message bar here, we'll just type in / and we click on imagine. So for this particular tutorial, we'll be creating this specific design using the pressed flowers. This particular product has made over 157,000 in revenue since lifetime. So I'll just put in the prompt: pressed dried wildflowers and beds, and I'm going to put this style. I'm going to use the tile because I'm going to be creating two specific designs. One will be the tiled design and one will be the non-tiled designs. The tiled designs will be used for phone cases that are tough phone cases, while for transparent cases like we have seen in these previous stores, I'll be using the non-tiled for it. And for the aspect ratio, I'll be using 9:16 to just give me a more vertical image that I could use for placing the designs on my product. So I'll just hit on enter and watch Midjourney generate those images. So this is done generating and I like the results already. So let's see the one we're going to use. So I'm going to use this one and I'm just going to upscale. So once you upscale and the image is done upscaling, the next thing would be to save that image that you have upscaled. So let's just wait for it to finish up. So you click on the image and click on open in browser. And once it's opened in browser, just right click and save this image to your computer. So the next thing would be we want to create another image, pressed flower, this time around with how the birds, and we just want them on a white background because this particular one is for the transparent phone cases. So we'll just put in enter and wait for Midjourney to process the image. So while Midjourney is processing the image, just to explain a little bit of different things that you need to pay attention to. If you noticed at the end of each of our prompts, you will see AR. AR means aspect ratio. So you could choose depending on the aspect ratio of the product you are creating. But since we are creating phone cases, I'm using 9:16. Also, another thing that you need to pay attention to would be stylization. So depending on how stylized you want your images to look like, it will depend on a type of stylization you are going to choose. So let me give you an example. We'll click on slash and go to type settings and hit enter while this image is loading. So here you could see we have stylize low, mid, high, and very high. So depending on each of the option you choose, it's going to give you more style. So if you want more defined style, you could use very stylized or high stylized. So you need to play around with these and see the one that works for you. Okay, so the image is done. This looks really pretty. So let's just look at it. Ooh, I feel like using all of them, but let's just use this one. So we'll just go ahead and upscale the third one. So once you are done upscaling the third one, you do the same thing, open in a browser and save it to your computer. And once you're done generating this image, the next thing you need to do is go to an upscaler like bigjpeg.com and upscale these images. So once you're done upscaling, using bigjpeg.com, just download the images. Let me show you how the images look like and how stunning they look. So you could see how stunning they look. So this is the second one we created, and this is the first one we created. So what we'll be doing with these images would be, so this is the second one. This looks really cool. So for this first one, we'll be leaving it as it is. We'll be using it for the tough phone cases, while for the second one, we will be removing the background because we want to place it on a transparent phone case. So I've gone ahead to remove the background. So this is how it looks after the background has been removed. And now that we have these two images, we're going to put it aside and we'll go on to the next step before we come back to show you how you're going to use these images. Now that we have created our images, the next step would be for us to open an Etsy store before we start using those images. So you could use a link in the description box and it will bring you to etsy.com, where it's going to give you the ability to open your store with 40 free listings. And you should just come to the base of it and just click on sell on Etsy, and it would ask you to basically sign in, and it will take you through the process. If you need an in-depth tutorial, you could check out my Etsy series. There's a whole video dedicated to opening your shop step by step. And once you're done creating your shop, the next thing would be to create your Printify account. And you could also use the link in the description box to get you to the Printify website. And once you come to the Printify website, you could click on sign up, and you could use your Gmail or your email address to sign up for this account. So once you sign into your Printify account, this is how it's going to look like. And then at the top extreme left, you will see my new store. So this is where you'll be integrating your Etsy shop that you have created with your Printify account. So you could just click my new shop and you could say not connected. You click on add a new store. Okay. And then it will ask you to choose which of the stores you want to connect. You just click on connect to Etsy, and it would ask you to sign into your Etsy account. And once you're done signing to your Etsy account, it automatically connects and syncs both your Etsy store and Printify. So next thing would be you want to look at the Printify catalog, and what we're looking for in the catalog is phone cases. And here you could see accessories. You're already seeing phone cases. You click on that, choose phone cases. One thing I like about Printify is that they have a wide range of products with very reasonable price, and a lot of the print providers that they have here can ship worldwide, so you don't have any issues with them handling your product. This is a bestseller, so this is a tough case, so we're designing with this one. So I'll just right click and open on that window, and then I'll be opening another one which is a clear case, just to show you an example of those two. So I'll just click on this one. So this is to tell you the standard time and give you a bit of a description of what the product is. So we'll click here that says start designing. And now the next thing, you could click here and choose the different product variants that you want to create. So they have types of different variants when it comes to iPhone cases. You could choose to select all at once, but let's just use 14 just for the purpose of the tutorial. And then we'll say add my designs. So just add the designs that we upscaled. Okay, so it has successfully loaded. So you could see that it covers everywhere. If you want, you could always reduce this if you want to get more of these, and click on the create pattern. It's going to create more if you want to have more designs within that box. So once we have placed the design, is that simple. And then you could look at the preview. The preview shows you the images in a context, so you could see how this looks. It looks really fine, and this is another context. So once you do this, you could save your product and publish it to your Etsy store. So something that I need to mention is that majority of the time, I would suggest that you use your own mockups for these phone cases. So I'll show you how to get stunning mockups that you could use to showcase your designs properly. So you go ahead and save this product. So I'll just save it, and then I'll show you how to use the transparent phone cases as well. So the transparent one, we'll do the same thing. We'll click on start designing, and we'll use the image that we removed the background. So let's see. Okay, so this is for transparent image. So we don't need to do any pattern because we don't want patterns for this. We just want it to sit, please. So let's look at the preview and see how it looks since it's a transparent. Voila. So you could see how this looks. It looks exactly like what we have seen in those stores. So let's look at this one. And like I said, there are a lot of different mockups that could showcase these designs properly. So you could go ahead and save the product as well. So once you save the product, it's going to put in the default mockups like you have seen. That's okay. And then it's going to put some title, description, and the price and the variants. It's going to suggest a retail price that you could sell these cases. So you could decide basically to either retain the pricing or you could change the pricing. It depends on what you want basically. And once you're done making sure that this listing is fine, then you could publish it to your Etsy store. And when it comes to your Etsy store, then you could go ahead and change these mockups to the mockups that I'll be showing you how to create later on in this tutorial. So that's how to put your designs on this product, connect it to your Etsy store, and get it ready for sales. So before you make your listings public on your Etsy store, it will be important to change the mockups and make sure that your listings are search engine optimized. But before I talk about that, you could get your mockups from Etsy. So you could just search for phone case mockups and look for the mockups of the phones that you're trying to showcase, and you could make a purchase. Or if you want the free mockups, you could always come to Creative Fabrica. You could use the link in the description. It's going to bring you to Creative Fabrica. It gives you access to be able to download about 10 items, so anything that you like. So you could look for mockups that you like this, and then you could download it for free and use it for your store. But I've gone ahead to download one, so let me show you how you could put your images together and how it changes how your designs look like. So I have opened one. So the one I downloaded is in Photoshop, and this is the design. As you could see, this is a white background of iPhone 13. So what we're going to do is the image that we generated, we're going to be placing it here. So I'll just go ahead and come to designs, expand it, and I'm going to double click on this mask, it's going to open, and I'm going to drag the image that we created or upscaled here. Okay, so I've dragged it, and then I'll just try to expand it to fill up the white spaces because we don't want any of the edge being white. So I'll just do this, and then I'll go ahead and click on the tick button up here so it saves it. And the next thing would be, we'll just do Control S for those using Windows to save, and it would apply to the layer. So let's go back. So you could see it has applied to this layer. This looks really stunning. And then let's click on the second design, the same thing, and we will drag in the same image and then tick for it to save, and then Control S for those using Windows, Command C if you're using Mac. And then let's go back to the other picture. Wow, this looks really cool, as you could see. So this is how you could use a more stunning mockups, because mockups are what is going to sell your designs. So once you're done, just come to File, and then you export as a PNG for your image. Then you could, upload it to your listing. You could have these, majority of the time, these mockups come in a set. So you could do this for multiple of all the mockups you have, and then upload it to your listing. Now that I've talked about mockups, the other thing I want to talk about would be SEO. That's making sure that your listings are search engine optimized. I have a long video, an in-depth tutorial that I created. I will just link that in the card above and in the description box, so you could use that to optimize your listings. For you to have a fair chance of succeeding on selling this type of products and any other print on demand product and not spend a huge amount of money advertising, it's important that you play the numbers game. And what do I mean by the numbers game? You would need to have a lot of listings. And to help you achieve that without feeling overwhelmed, and you can always check out the tutorial. Like, I have a whole series on Etsy that helps you optimize your process, and you can have as much as 400 listens in 10 minutes. It's a game changer. So you could check out that whole playlist. It's going to give you a better insight of how to do this very fast. So before I go, I would like to leave you with a word from Gandhi that says, the future depends on what you do today. So I would say, take action today and don't sit on the fence. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.